Okay, Thomas, let's pretend that it's the Rick Danko show. And you say, hi, I'm Thomas Grooms. And you're listening to the Budweiser Midnight Request Hour. Right here with Rick Danko spinning you all these Budweiser Midnight Request tunes.
Okay, you can do that.
And you're doing a damn good job.
Hi, this is Thomas Grooms, and you're listening to Rick Danko with the band on the Budweiser Midnight Request Hour with Washington's Classic Rock 105.9 WCXR.
That's on your FM dial.
That is correct.
And you did say Washington's Classic Rock station. Thomas, you may get the job.
105.9 WCXR, Washington's Classic Rock, and ZZ Top and Sharp Dress Man. It's a Budweiser Midnight Request Hour. If you got one, 202-432-1059. Our guest via telephone from Woodstock, New York tonight is Rick Danko, bassist and vocalist and songwriter from the band. We're just days away from Woodstock 94 as you prepare for this festival, 25 years later.
Actually, I've heard many different rumors. I'm preparing for some different things. I heard that, I heard in the beginning that we were going to have the opportunity to kick off, be a part of the opening ceremonies. Because I heard there's like 1 billion people going to be focused in on this worldwide with pay-per-view and the way they've got the satellite things set up around the world. The Eastern Bloc stations are even getting some live feeds, and it's going to be very special this year. This is 25 years later. It's much more well-organized, I think, than what it was 25 years ago. 25 years ago, people weren't as adept to dealing with the mass media as we are today. Let's face it. The only thing that's improved 2,000% in my life are mattresses and communication itself. You know what I mean?
So definitely the technology that we have today is going to allow everyone to attend the festival, whether they're there or not.
And don't you find yourself sleeping better on these newer mattresses as years go by?
Especially if you rotate them and then flip them every 2 weeks.
Hey, man, every 3 years, 5 years, I try to spend, $1,500 to $2,000 on top of the line, pillow top mattress. I just bought one about 8 months ago again, and I've actually got 3 different places where I keep these pillow top mattresses, so that's good, If I can get it up to 5 or 6 places, I know I'm really doing well. You know what I mean?
You're listening to 105.9 WCXR. Our guest via telephone tonight is Rick Danko from the band, and Rick's preparing for Woodstock 94 along with his bandmates. What can we expect from the band when they take the stage this year? Well,
I'm going to show everybody how to make a bed properly. Just joking again, Thomas. Actually, the band is going to do a regular band show, which should consist of an hour and change. There's going to be like 30 groups, right, playing over this 2-day time period. But I've also heard that they're going to give the band a special segment. And right now, I've been on the phone talking with Bruce Hornsby and Roger McGuinn and Jorma Kelkinen and Jack Cassidy and Bob Weir, hoping that this segue section will represent, some good times and years that have gone by. I'd like to do knocking on heaven's door with Roger McGuinn and the band, which we've done before, so it's like we're all rehearsed,
Will you be playing with Bob Dylan?
I've heard that's one of the rumors, I spoke to Bob last week. He was on transit in Germany, heading back this way. He should be back already in this country. I think he's doing some shows between Philadelphia and Maine, which will include Woodstock.
Mm-hmm. Well, that should be quite a treat.
He will be there on Sunday, and I will also be there on Sunday. Hopefully we'll get to play a song or two together. Hi, this is Rick Danko from the band, and you're listening to the Budweiser Midnight Request Hour, Washington's classic rock station, 105.9 WCXR on your FM dial.
What's going through your head, Rick, as you gear up for Woodstock 94?
What's going through my head? That's a pretty far-out loaded question. I hope the helicopter that I fly in on doesn't run out of gas. Or I'm just liable to jump on one of my horses and ride over it. That would likely be the smartest thing to do.
That's the way to do it. The band has a new recording out. It's fairly new, called Jericho. You want to tell us something about that?
Well, Jericho it's really been a wonderful experience, For many years after the last waltz, I was kind of disillusioned with the record industry business per se. But I feel much differently. It's funny how life goes in circles. For a long time, I didn't really feel like making any new records. I was kind of pissed at the industry just for their lackadaisical attitude of how to approach people like ourselves, But I don't know. My whole mind has been changed in this past year since we've released Jericho. I've traveled to Japan. I've traveled back through the Netherlands, Scandinavia, and with the band and without the band. But with the band, since we recorded Jericho, it's been like a breath of fresh air. For a long time, I remember I was telling you that I was very thankful how the older people have been turning the younger people onto our music.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it's gone full circle, since we've released Jericho. I think now it's the younger people who are turning the older people onto our music. It's just funny how life kind of repeats itself in cycles and circles. But Jericho has certainly brought our listening public up to a younger age status, without a doubt. The younger people are showing up, although they are the people that always go out and have been for years, And but the young people are just showing a much stronger support, even for the band, which not only amazes me, but I'm very thankful,
You're listening to 105.9 WCXR. Our guest via telephone is the legendary Rick Danko from the band, and we're talking about Woodstock 94 coming up next weekend. I've pulled music from Big Pink, your first album under the name of the band. Why don't you pick a couple of tunes from there, and we'll play them?
Good idea. How about Tears of Rage? The band, of course, will do their set, and like I said, we're talking about putting a little segment together where Jorma Kalkinen and Jack Cassidy and Bob Weir and Roger McGuinn and Bruce Hornsby, just to name a few, where we're kind of getting together and putting this segue together that hopefully people will not only enjoy, but get a chance to remember, and enjoy. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll just make everything just a little bit more special. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Last time you guys were in town, a fine show at the Lincoln Theater, and I was able to talk to Richard Bell, one of your newest members. And he, of course, was with Janis Joplin's Full Tilt Boogie Band way back when.
Right.
Played on Me and Bobby McGee. And I asked him to pick a favorite tune off the Jericho CD, and he picked Country Boy, a tune that Richard sang. Richard Manuel sang, the late Richard Manuel.
Yeah, that Richard Bell, he's a silver-tongued fox devil, isn't he?
What's your favorite tune on Jericho?
You know, they're all my favorite tunes. I'm just a lot, I'm a lot worse than Richard Bell when it comes to favorite tunes. You know, I have a different favorite one every day, you know.
We'll see you at Woodstock next week.
Tell the people what you did to me now tonight, Thomas. Be truthful.
Well, you tell them. You tell them.
Tell them now. Tell them how you got, how you won tickets to the Woodstock Festival.
Well, you know, sometimes you get cut out. And at the last minute, I was panicking because I had to get back to the land, had to get back to Woodstock. So I called Rick.
That's what you did. You got real humble.
Yeah.
And real sincere, and you picked up the telephone and you called your old buddy.
Yeah. And what did he say?
What you tell the people, what did he say?
Rick said, "You're on the list." I appreciate that.
Hey man, you know, I appreciate you sharing your audience with me over the past 20, 30 years. I figure that's the least I can do, good buddy.
I appreciate that, Rick. You know that. And folks should know you guys will be playing at Wolf Trap at the end of the month, the end of August.
That's true, yeah.
So
it's always a lot of fun every time we come to Wolf Traps.
Tell everybody hello, and I'll see you next week.
I sure will, man. I'll get here in a couple of days early because the party starts around the middle of the week. You know?
I'll be there.
And we're going to continue on through till Monday. You know, it'll be a good one. I have to leave tomorrow. I'll be gone. I'll be back Sunday. But you should try and get in here, you know, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday.
I'll be there.
That's when the party begins, buddy.
I'll be there.
Okay, Thomas, I'm looking forward to seeing you. And again, thank you for sharing your listening public.
Thank you. The legendary Rick Danko from the band, ladies and gentlemen.
And the legendary Thomas Grooms, who has sure saved many a night for all of us right here in the tri-state area.
Thanks, Rick.
Okay, buddy.